So I just saw the 2018 version of Suspiria, and I thought it was pretty great. Now, I've been excited for this movie for a while because of the director, who has made some pretty great films, but also because the original film is one that I felt left a lot of room for improvement. Quite honestly, the 1977 version of Suspiria left me pretty underwhelmed. It's the only Dario Argento film I've seen, and many consider it to be his best one, and there were definitely aspects to appreciate about it. It's an unusually colorful horror film. There are some interesting shots, and the first death is pretty fun to watch, but overall the original film left me pretty bored and uninvested. On top of that, some of the deaths were outright comical, and the characters seemed to be complete fucking idiots. So yeah, it's alright, a lot of people love it, but it didn't do much for me, so I was excited to see someone whose work I really admire tackle this concept. From the first trailer, I was shocked to see that this remake isn't very colorful at all, and after watching the film, it's clear that this was never intended to be a carbon copy of the original. It is an incredibly different film, and I personally find that many of the choices were for the better. The way that certain characters are fleshed out, the way that information is revealed. Despite being a remake, this movie managed to be its own unique thing. The death scenes in this film were also incredibly satisfying. There's some legitimately disturbing imagery, and some of the scenes are outright brutal. The death scenes and other scenes in this film were satisfyingly creative. I really enjoyed the presentation and found that it fit well with it being a period piece. Even the camera zooms and movements have a very 70s vibe to them. The editing is super complimentary. The soundtrack by Tom York is fantastic. Tilda Swinton is in this movie, and as I've said before, she's one of my all-time favorites. And there's some pretty ambitious stuff going on related to her performance as well. Ambitious is a word that I would use to describe much of this film. There's a lot going on and a lot to appreciate from a filmmaking perspective. There's some excellent dance choreography taking place in the film, and many of the scenes play out with an entire cast of characters practicing their choreography in frame, which not only makes the scenes more alive and interesting, but also brings appreciation to how coordinated everyone on set was. I should also mention that Tilda Swinton wasn't the only great performance. Pretty much everyone on screen did a fantastic job and had plenty of moments to shine. Overall, this is a very well-made film, and I don't really have too much to criticize about it. The opening scene did feel kinda goofy to me, and there were sections of the film where I did feel a little uninvested, but overall, this is a movie that really stuck with me, and I expect to enjoy it even more on my second watch. This film is a fun, trippy, and disturbing ride, and I would suggest checking it out whenever you can. I initially gave this film a 7, but it's, I think I'm changing it to an 8. I think it's an 8. I'm gonna rate it an 8 out of 10. Thank you. Hey everybody, just wanted to give you a quick update on the YMS review I'm working on. The new review I'm working on is on the Oldboy 2013 remake. It's coming together very well, and I'm happy that I chose this as my next target, because not only do I get to trash this film, but I really get to delve into why the original works so well. So yeah, if you haven't seen the 2003 South Korean Oldboy, then I would suggest checking that out right away. I finished the first 15 minutes of this review minus the music, and as it is right now, I could probably have a 20-minute part 1 video out within a week, but I think this is a project that I want to release all in one part. I want to have the full video in context before I publish anything, so I can make potential changes to the beginning of the review, and since Damo's doing a great job helping out with editing all of these Quickie reviews, I don't really feel so rushed that I would need to split up the video just to get content out sooner. The whole video is going to take the same amount of time to edit regardless of whether or not I split it up into chunks, and I personally feel as though it's just a better experience to watch it all as one video anyway instead of waiting for each part to come out. And yeah, I know I could make more ad money by splitting it up into 3 different videos, but I do feel as though this is the better way to present it. As it is right now, this review is looking as though it'll be about an hour long, so just hang tight and hopefully this video will be out in December. Just keep in mind that although this review is now my priority, I'm working on many different projects at once here. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to getting this review finished, and I'm happy with how it's turning out so far. I appreciate your patience, and I hope that you appreciate this little update. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.